home in 2 weeks, and she's actually
Oh,
going to come home and visit this weekend. So I'm happy, 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 happy.
oh, that is so good. I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
That's great. Does she get to stay like just a few days and then see?
yeah. She's gonna because I was gonna be going out there to Orem a week from tomorrow
Yeah,
for another family week, and
yeah.
so she's gonna come home Friday night and then fly back with me for family week. We're gonna do family week, and then she's gonna come home with me.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, really happy.
So how'd your test go?
I actually did really well, surprisingly.
Good. For you?
But I spent 3.5, I was afraid I was going to run out of time.
Yeah.
I spent 3.5 hours taking that test. I literally started at 7:30 in the morning and started I did the pre-test myself,
Mhm.
and then I watched Group Four's video
Yeah.
all the way through, and then I struggled with that all the way to the end. And it was funny because, in the beginning, a couple of their answers, I'd changed my answers and then went back and I'd had the right answer to begin with.
Well,
By
that's
the, by the time they'd gotten to the end of knowing which ones were right and wrong, I was like, oh, so I did get that one. But um, and then I just kind of went over a couple of the homeworks, and then I started the test, and it was like I got to my parents' house after everybody had finished dinner. I
oh.
basically I missed Thanksgiving. I missed Thanksgiving for biostatistics, so I was very happy to see that it paid off. So
Well, I'm happy for you. That's how my day was the day before. I spent pretty much every waking hour. It felt like we're doing the pre-test, watching the video, doing the test, and I was done.
yeah, me too. By the time I went to my parents and I ate dinner, my brain was so fried.
Yeah.
I even sent it when I sent it back to Brother Richmond. I said, um, I told him, I said I've been doing this since 7:30 this morning, and I said I hope that my grade is commensurate with the amount of effort I put into it.
That's funny.
I was like, and after that, I'm so done. I'm so done. I can't wait until this class is
Yeah,
over. And,
yeah.
and I like it. I've liked math because math to me is like solving puzzles. And I've always kind of liked puzzles and like that, but it just takes so much effort. I felt like I gave birth on Thanksgiving Day.
Ah,
Literally.
I'm just glad. When it popped up that I got to see, I was just like, I'm okay with that. Somehow I'm okay with that because I feel like, hey, I passed, and that was a hard test.
It, it
Probably.
was. I struggled. I went over, and then there were a couple of, hold on just a second. Hey, Ian, can you get that and tell her I'll call her back? Sorry, that's my coworker calling, so I just need to have her be told I can call her back. But yeah, there were a couple on there that I'd gone through and I'd answered one way, and then I went further down in the test, and it was like a voice said, "Go
Yeah,
back and look at those."
yeah,
And I had done them wrong, and I had done the wrong
Mila, probably.
SPSS formula calculation on them, and so I went back and looked at it again and caught that and redid. I had to do two whole. It's one of those multi-step problems, you know, and I had done them both wrong, using the wrong
Well,
setup.
that's probably what I didn't do. I didn't catch him because when I watched his video today, that he goes over about 11 questions of the test,
Uh-huh.
and the first like 3 he goes over are from the very beginning, you know, with the which hypothesis test would use.
Yes,
And I
right.
got all 3 of them right. I'm like, because I was comparing my answers to what he was telling me and how you're supposed to figure it out. And I'm like, I got the right answer because I spent a lot of stupid time on that. And I thought, well, how could I have gotten a C? I've gotten the first 3 right. This is awesome. And then, oh, nope, that's wrong. Nope, that's wrong. Oh, I started to do that one right. I remember thinking through that one. Oh, I used the wrong formula. Dang it. So.
Yeah, I did. I caught myself and had to go backwards, but I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I caught myself because they were, you know, they were one of the ones that had multiple pieces to it, and so. But yeah, so I'm really glad that was over, and I went and had cold turkey dinner.
Hey, at least it's behind us, and we have 2 weeks till we have to do another one.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that last test. I don't even want to think about it. And in fact, I'm actually going to have to look ahead because I need to make sure I'm off work because literally you have to have the whole entire day.
Oh, I'll have to. I should go in and look at it right now. I wonder when he's open.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. It just, you know, and here's the difference for me is on the first test, first exam, I did what I did on this last one, where I, you know, just reviewed everything. I watched the videos. I reviewed, you know, some of the classmate group videos, and I did really well on that test. The second test, I didn't have the day off of work. I wasn't able to study that day, only a couple hours that night, and I started taking the test like at, I don't know, 9:30 at night. I was exhausted and tired, and I didn't do as well on that test. And this test, I spent all day studying, and it paid off. So I have to plan to do that again for the next time. Or
It looks like exam 4 is available on December 15th is when it will open, at least be available to look at. I don't know if that's the exact date that it's, I'm sure it's going to be open in a couple of days. But
of course, that's at the end of Family Week.
yeah, of course. Well, it's fun to look forward to.
Yeah, well, it'll be what it'll be, and we'll get it done.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know what you know what I did? What helped me on this one is I went through and I went over all my tests.
you know what? I actually did that with all of mine too. I went
Yeah.
through.
I
I
printed.
spent so much time. I'd gone through all the videos. I'd gone through
Yeah.
all my notes, and then a couple of his videos. I went back and looked, and then I went back over the course videos, you know, to make sure I understood how to do everything.
Right.
And you know, I still pulled off a C, and that means I've retained something, so I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's been it's a hard class. It's been a hard.
No, and that's what he said in the video today. Well, I looked at the statistics as he was talking. There's like 34 in the class, and something like 12 or 14 had failed this test.
Wow.
And I thought that's kind of telling when, you know, you have like 30% of your class that fails it. That's kind of scary. Those are numbers you'd probably want to look at again.
Yeah.
You know, courses set up. But I thought at least I'm not in that group and I'm doing okay, so I'm not going to beat myself up over it.
I put a message under group 4 and said thank you so much for posting. I was like so grateful for their video because it really helped going over that review with the video. That was a huge help.
Yeah, they really talked it over.
Huge, huge, huge. And yeah, and just think if they didn't post their video.
I know it was like really long too. It was like an hour and a half long. But it
but the review was long and hard. The review was, I felt like the review was a test in and of itself.
It was because I remember. Did didn't we have like 4 hours to do the review? I think.
Yeah, and that's how the day went. It was like,
Uh,
okay, so I struggled through all those questions first, which was a couple of hours, and then I watched 2 hours of the video going through it all, and
and took the test. Oh, it was.
right, and
Yeah,
then take the test.
that was a long, long day for sure. But
Crazy. So
it,
hopefully I can set it up differently for the last one.
maybe I can strive for even a better than that. See that I don't know. I'm okay with.
Well, you know what? And maybe if you go over, you're wrong. Did he cover the answers that you got wrong?
He goes over. Well, he only goes over like 11 of them. And I copied and pasted my test because you can't see what you got wrong. So I copied and pasted it into a Word document. So
Yeah, that's
I could take notes on that question, like, oh, he's going over 12 and go down to 12. And then I took notes. And then I've been busy today, and I already did math. I'm like, I don't want to go back over it right now. So I'll go back to it later. But as he was talking about it, he briefly talk about how he deduced what to do. And so I was taking notes, like, okay, maybe I'm just not doing that part of the process correctly to know, okay, this is the formula I need to use because of that reason. But
right.
whatever. It's
Well, so maybe it'll all come together and you'll just nail the final.
yeah. We're not going to put our hopes up that high, but
Oh, think positive. We just learned about the correlation between confidence and scores, right? So you just got to be confident.
sure. Well, it was like I said before. I would feel better if he would, on these types of tests, not zigzag so much for my learning ability.
Yeah.
Line upon line, it's a little bit
Yeah.
easier for me to understand. Like instead of zigzagging, like wait a minute, this is from way back. And
Yeah.
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 Oh well, that's just me. It's like you said, more practice, you get better at it probably.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
But this chapter, this lesson wasn't. It seemed pretty.
Now, this seemed pretty straightforward. The only thing that threw me is I got the formula for the covariance, um, but I don't know where the numbers are. When I did the little thing in SPSS and I got the correlations box,
Yeah.
what numbers are they pulling for the covariance?
The the Pearson part. Let me.
Yeah, well, I got that. That's the correlation coefficient. So I just was pulling up the answer sheet. So I know the 0.986, which is the the correlation coefficient times, okay, 108.078. So let me see where that is. 108.078. See, that didn't come up in my little box, so I don't know where that's from.
I need to go back and do it because it seems like it did for me. It came up and it showed both the standard deviations, and so it was like, oh, it's right there. It just times them. No big
So
deal.
I'm wondering if I missed a step. I didn't watch the SPSS video. I just was going through the book.
Uh-huh.
So there must have been a step that I missed.
Let me. Which one was it?
It,
The
so,
crocodile.
yeah, the crocodile.
Okay, let me get into it and I'll redo it. I can remember it.
And sometimes the book, it goes over the SPSS, but it doesn't. So analyze, correlate, bivariate. I did that. I'm going to click on animate.
Oh, wait a minute. Why am I doing Shoot. It's not crocodile. What is it called? Shoot.
Estuary.
Oh,
Estuary. Or Estus something or others.
oh, there it is.
Estorine. Estorine crocodile.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Graphs, Legacy, Dialogue, Scatterdot. So I got that.
Sorry, I forgot I had to go on the other program because I'm using the cheap version.
Analyze. Analyze, correlate.
Should have been bringing this up while we were talking earlier.
Analyze, correlate, bivariate. I put over the head and the body. I wonder if there's something in options that I have to, oh, see, I have to go into options, I bet, and hit means and standard deviations. I bet you that was in the video. See, the part that's one of the things that I don't like in the class. I don't like that the video covers things different than the book, and the book covers things different than the video.
Well, in his video this week, he starts off doing, like if you do a review of how he did the preparation assignments videos, he starts off using Excel as his program, and then he goes back, and they put a note on the screen, and they come back, and he does SPSS, which it threw me for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, yeah. So there are a couple of things. At least this video, his voice comes through clear and strong. I had problems with his other videos. I had to turn my volume up full blast in order to hear him.
You can hear him.
That was tough, but
Now I'm up here.
let's see. Cancel that. So let me see what this looks like now. Okay, now I've got standard deviation. So that's what S is. So R is the correlation coefficient, and then Sx is the standard deviation of one times the standard deviation of another?
Yep.
Well, except for that doesn't go by what the answer is. Let me see.
Here real quick.
108.078. Where is that number? I still don't have that number. I don't know where they're getting their numbers from. 14.397.
Mean standard deviations. Did you hit that one? I think you did that. Okay, let's see. Oh, I didn't come up with that this time. What did I do? Gosh darn it. Okay. I did this morning. I should have refreshed before I popped on.
While you're looking, I'm going to turn on this SPSS video. It's only 2.5 minutes. But I'm clearly missing the steps.
Hello, this is Brother Cromer from the Math Department, and this is a supplement of the lesson dealing with describing bivariate data, scatter plots, correlation, and covariance. And so the supplement is the SPSS options that you need to help you with this lesson. And there's really just two that you need to worry about. First of all, it's the correlate option in SPSS, and then finally the scatter plot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, here's the data that was from online textbook as well as what was in the previous videos. So if we're going to try to predict, we're looking to see how many manatee are killed based off of the number of boats that are registered in Florida. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go to analyze, and we're going to do correlate, and we'll do bivariate here. And so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put in both of these variables, the power boat registration here, manatee killed here, okay? And then I want to include means and standard deviations as well. The reason why I'm doing this is to help us if we ask you to calculate the covariance, you'll need these two numbers. You'll need at least you'll need the standard deviations as well as your correlation coefficient to get the results. You click on continue and click on OK. Then you'll have, here is your correlation coefficient for manatee killed in power boat registration in Florida. Then you have your two standard deviations up here. So if you want to get the covariance, you can take this number times it by our R. So the two standard deviations multiplied together times the R, or correlation coefficient, to get the covariance. Okay. So then the other thing, so after talking about correlation or correlate, we can also do a scatter plot as well too. So I'm going to go to Analyze, Graphs, Legacy Dialog, Scatter Dot, or Scatter Dot. It'll be a simple scatter, so by default it's simple scatter. And then I'm going to take the manatee killed, I'll put that in my y-axis here, and then power boat registration I'll put in my x-axis. And then if we want to add a title, we can do that as well too. I'm not going to worry about that here, but you can. Then I click on OK, and then you get the scatter plot, and it's running the graph here. It's taking a little bit longer, but here it is. Here's the graph that shows, and it looks like just by looking at this, the line it's forming a line. The dots are close to the line, and it's confirmed by looking at this where the data is close to the line, where we get a correlation coefficient of 0.992. Okay, and that concludes the video dealing with SPSS commands for describing bivariate data, scatter plots.
Okay, so for some reason, I'm getting different numbers than the answer sheet.
Well, and I got the answers this morning, and now it's saying 0.990, and I know I had 0.986 earlier.
Yeah, I got 0.90, and it, you know what? And I answered, it was a modified.
I wonder if I changed it, because
I wonder if there are two different files. I wonder if something got modified in iLearn.
Yeah, I know it was this morning. I don't know why it's showing something. I've done it 3 times now, and it's coming up different.
Yeah, 0.990 and a standard deviation of 9.657 and 74.731.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense, because this morning it was completely different. Because I have all my math worked out. I printed it out. I have it here. I'm trying to see if there's something I possibly had missed. I wonder if it's because it is modified or something.
Yeah, because when I went to look for the files, because I didn't do it earlier today, did it as soon as I got home. The only one that was available to me is Estuarine Crocodile Modified.save.
Mm.
So I'm wondering if there was a different file with different numbers that gave. I mean, because now that I've watched the video, I know as soon as I hit the mean and the standard deviation, then that gives you that information.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to stress on it too much. This is the prep. So do you want to start the quiz?
Yeah, I'm good with that, because I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. That just threw me for a loop, though. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Group meeting.
Old Faithful. Okay.
And Old Faithful only in Excel. I hope they have that in our
I'm looking right now.
data.
Wait, there is another crocodile file. It's Gharial crocodile. That starts with a G. They start with a
Gharial crocodiles.
Yeah. Okay. There is a file that's called Gharial crocodile. That's probably why, because we were using Eusterine crocodile, and there's one below that, Gharial crocodile.
Interesting. So I'm wondering, I want to look real quick in the homework at individual prep, and what did it tell us to use? Oh, it did say use the Gharial crocodiles data. Okay, well that would have been helpful.
Yeah. They could have called it alligators or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense then. Okay.
I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. Old Faithful, they do have a.
Yes. Let's get Old Faithful. What does it tell us?
So graphs, legacy, and plot first. Fine. What are we putting first? I don't see that it's going to matter which one we put first on the X and on the Y.
I was just kind of reading down to see if they wanted it in a specific way.
See it either.
It doesn't. It doesn't say. So let's see. So I'm going to put eruption on Y and waiting on X. And then we go to analyze, correlate, bivariate, options, means, standard deviations.
0.901 for your correlation when you get there.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Okay.
And the standard deviations of 1.1414 and 13.595.
Okay. All right, let's go back.
All right, back to the quiz.
The correlation coefficient is used. What do we use it for? Number used to measure direction and strength. So I'd say it was A.
Yeah, that's what I think.
If the correlation coefficient is negative, when one variable increases, the other variable either tends to decrease or is negative. Well, the only thing they talked about was if one is positive, the other one tends to be negative, or pull in the other direction.
I think that decrease is the right word.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, as one variable increases, the other variable decreases.
Okay, so C.
what it is that number will be negative. So don't get thrown off because the R number would be negative if the correlation coefficient is negative, which is that R number.
Mm-hmm.
That means as one variable increases, so if up on your Y line it goes up, then your X line is going to be going down. So you're going to have that diagonal.
That makes sense. Okay.
So decreases.
The effect of outliers on the correlation coefficient is not significant. Yes, it is.
It is significant. Okay.
The correlation coefficient between duration and weight of the Old Faithful. Oh, so that should be the 0.91 then.
0.901.
Let me double check it. Yeah, 0.901. Covariance of the covariance of duration of weight of the Old Faithful. Covariance is those three timed together.
So covariance is 0.901 times 1.1414 times
13.98.
595 equals 13.981.
Round to one decimal. So that means 14.0. I already did that. It's going to throw everybody off.
Yeah, 14.0.
That'll probably catch some people. You never do that.
One decimal. 13.9. Yeah, the 8 throws that up, so 14.0.
Yeah. Questions 8 through 13. Associate the scatter plot with a correlation coefficient. Type the letter in the box. Okay. This is from the... It's alright, from the lesson. I put C, A, B, E.
Which one did you say for 11?
Oh, whoops, B. Sorry. I can change that. I'm looking below, not above it. And then 12 would be E. And 13, I guess, would be F.
That's what I put. So C, A, D as in Delta, B as in boy, E as in Echo, F as in Frank.
Right. Got it. Okay. correlation coefficient between score and confidence of the math self-efficacy data. What? Did you see that one? Is that the one we have up?
That was one from the lesson.
From the preparation?
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to have to pull it again. I don't see it. Have it. You guys getting lots of rain there?
Yeah. Which is good.
As long as you guys don't get washed away.
No, but down in the Bay Area, they got a whole lot more than we did.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to continue getting rain for several days.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is, because we really need to fill up our reservoirs. Our reservoirs are so dry. They're saying even with all this rain, we're still in a drought situation.
Mm-hmm.
There finally has been enough rain that the ground is soaked up enough of the water that now we're starting to finally get runoff, and that's what fills our reservoirs, is the runoff.
You guys aren't using the groundwater. I watched this whole documentary on, or it was on 60 Minutes or something, about how the farmers are just paying the drill guys to tap into the groundwater, and they're running out. It's awful. Okay, so let's see if I did this right. I had a Pearson correlation of 0.728.
That's what I got.
Okay. And then the covariance would be those 3 times together. $11.1842.
That's what I got. 11.1842. So what do they want? 3 decimals. 11.481. Is that right?
184.
Oh, calculator. 11.184.
Okay. See, if the test was that way, no problemo.
I know, and that's the other thing, is I feel like we go through these quizzes and then the tests seem very complex. The question, the way they word the question, is way more complex than the way they word the homework and the quizzes.
Yeah.
So it's like freaking teasing apart every little piece. Okay, so we ready to hit submit?
I just did. You did pretty good.
Oh, woohoo! Okay, good.
Yay. All right.
Figuring out the little piece.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, so Friday, we'll get together on Friday.
Okay.
Oh, how are we doing with the? Okay, so
Oh yeah.
group project. So did you turn in the analyze the data, or the?
No, I didn't. I don't know. I was thinking I would just do it after this meeting. So I'd already written up a little paragraph for it. gotta find it. Did you just include like a pie graph or pie chart or something from it?
That's what I would do. I would just do a cut and paste because you know you can double click on a histogram.
Yeah.
I would just cut and paste a couple of the histograms, run a histogram do one on the bank data and do one on the credit union data. Because I think we only turn in one sheet. I don't think we both turn in a sheet on that one.
Okay.
And then you just have to write, 2 to 3 paragraphs basically just saying, it's right skewed or left skewed or normal distribution with a mean of whatever's and a standard deviation of whatever.
Okay.
I'd write one paragraph for each group.
Okay.
I mean, that paragraph is going to be small because I think you could just,
It just
what
has
kind
to
of,
reflect that we've collected the data and how we did it.
yeah, do you want to open it up and go over it
Let me look at it right now.
if you have time?
Yep, I do.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to, if you want to do it on your own, that's no big deal, but if you want to go over it
Yeah.
together.
Okay, so
Where did I get? I've
describe
got
the
it.
data in no more than 2 pages. Describe the data you collected. Summarize your data in 2 or 3 paragraphs using summary statistics as well as other description useful tools like a pie chart, a labeled graph. Title of this assignment, final project, describe the data, the name of the members in your group, what your research question was. I know I already did that part. I've got to pick which part I did it in. I just didn't do the graph.
So I think if we just go into legacy graphs and do I think histograms are yeah. I'm done in like 5 minutes less than. So just wait. Okay. So like when I put in savings,
I'm going to have to do this different because I don't have the program bought and sold. Like I'm going to have to, unless I use Excel, I'm going to have to copy and paste it in the column.
didn't I send you the .sav file? I did send it to you.
Did you? No.
Yeah.
An Excel, a save file?
Yeah, a .sav file. I emailed it to you.
Look for it.
I thought I did, and if I didn't, I'll email it to you right now.
I think I had the one before that, but I don't have that one. Let me just double check. Make sure. Because anything you sent, I've saved. I think I have. Yeah, if you have it, just go ahead and send it again.
Okay, so let me get into Google.
I'm not seeing it.
Gmail. I did send it to you. Look in your Gmail on Friday, November 21st.
must have moved it. Somewhere. It's got to be in my downloads if I've opened it. Well, it's got to be here. I'll find it.
Well, can you look in your Gmail?
I'm in it right now, and I'm just trying to find it. If you said
November 21st at 5:02, which would have been 6:02 your time. Or November 20, yeah.
Oh, okay. Ah. Oh, that's an XLSX file.
So down below that, because I have the Excel too. That was on November 21st. So go to November 22nd. That would have been it. I'm going to forward it again and see if it'll go to Susan.
Yeah, I've got the XLX file, group 11, on the 20th.
Okay, so I'm sending it again.
Okay.
I just forwarded it to you again.
Okay.
So check and see if it pops up.
There it is. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a different one. I don't know. Maybe I erased it. I don't know.
Well, it's weird the way Gmail stacks their mail.
Uh-huh.
And so my reply to you is somewhere underneath that Excel spreadsheet. I have a hard time going into that too. It's like you hit the mail and it lists them as conversations instead of individual emails.
Uh-huh.
And it's weird. I think it's weird anyways.
Okay, I've got it. Okay, so somehow I'm going to move this into my... Okay, I've got it. I won't hold you up.
Okay. So if you end up having any questions, I'll be back in about an hour. We're just going to go get something to eat.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. We'll talk to you.
All right. And then what I'll do is work on, because you're describing the data. That was last week's, and then I got to manipulate the data. That's this week.
Okay. Okay.
I'll okay.
Good.
And we will talk later.
All right. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Where am I at? I know when he